okay everyone, stop everything, stop what you're doing, we've done it, we can go home. LGBT people, have a sandwich. So there I am, bank holiday Monday, minding my own business, had a shower, got my coffee, and I see these posts on social media about, okay, Pride's coming up, so Marks and Spencers have done this thing where they've tried to be inclusive, but have absolutely failed miserably beyond all belief, where they've basically said, yes, we should include LGBT people into society by making a sandwich. You would think, apparently they did something similar last year with like a rainbow sandwich, and it's like, okay, I understand that the funds that they get from people buying these sandwiches will generate money to go to an LGBT charity to help homeless LGBT plus children, which, okay, great, fine. But a sandwich? Really? I really don't understand this kind of, this corporate inclusivity that companies are doing at the moment. Whenever Pride is coming up, they feel like no matter what they sell or what they publish, they have to put LGBT in there somewhere. And it's like, no, that's not what the whole point of Pride is for. There's two main problems with this. Firstly, a sandwich, out of all the things you could possibly make, a sandwich, for starters, I eat way too much avocado to begin with, but the fact that you've minimised LGBT people into a friggin' sandwich, would you do that with other groups? Would you do that with people of colour? Would you do that with Asian people? No. And also the backlash that could potentially come from homophobes and transphobes about how you've got a sandwich in your local supermarket that has LGBT on it, and it shoves everything down their throats. It's like, well, actually, yeah, it kind of does. It's completely the wrong message that we're sending. Okay, there are some interesting tweets that people have said. Like, to be fair, there was this one person who said, okay, I must say that it's helping bi-erasure by putting B as the best ingredient, which, okay, yes, I agree, bacon is the best ingredient in it. But, like, some people have criticised other sort of middle management type choices in other brands. Like, for example, there was a big thing with Primark last year where they brought out all this sort of Pride stuff, like a Pride clothing section. And people didn't like it because it's like, oh yeah, it's minimising this clothes. I think with clothes, it's not as bad, because with clothing, that's a way of expressing yourself, and I think it's a good opportunity for cis-het people to show allyship. I mean, come on, out of all the things that LGBT people fight for in terms of, you know, equal rights and being able to do the same things as everybody else, being able to legally, you know, change their gender and everything, to be able to get married just the same as heterosexual people, like, sandwiches were not part of this thing, and they never have been. Nobody I know, and I know a lot of LGBT people, nobody I know wants to get food named after them or something like that. Nobody wants to get rid of the term gingerbread man. And nobody wants to abolish the concept of Mrs. Claus. I think that was a thing as well. All these things that are kind of coming out, whether for good or for bad, and obviously Marks and Spencers mean well with it. It's just, guys, seriously, do better. If you really want to make a difference, why couldn't you have just said, oh, you know, out of all the food you buy, say you spend £60 on a food shop, we will give 10% of that to an LGBT charity. Hey, how about this? Why don't you actually show, in terms of things like Marks and Spencer say, that it's okay for LGBT people to shop there, it's okay for people to work there. Why not show that in your uniform? Why not have ally badges or something for your members of staff to wear? Like, that is so much more impactful. How about if you're, say, I don't know, not a supermarket, but you're a pub, or you're a restaurant, or you're like a coffee shop, like say Starbucks. Why don't you do a thing about how, yes, we are proud to advocate gender neutral loos, or we're proud to show our support for LGBT people by doing this? Those things are so much better, and they are so much more impactful, and they have so much more of like a catalyst for other things to happen. A sandwich is something that people will talk about for like 5 minutes, and then they will move on once Pride is finished. And that is not what Pride is. And the thing that these companies need to actually understand, although, you know, management, so they probably won't bother with it, but Pride is not just something celebratory that happens in the month of June and it's like a nice time to have fun. It's not. It's about advocating for LGBT rights all year round. And they need to realise that just because they put out a sandwich on the lead up to Pride, that doesn't make you inclusive. In fact, it makes you embarrassingly uninclusive. You have entirely missed the point so much with this. And yeah, 2019, you can do better, guys.